Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. I'm so glad to be here with you today. I want to talk to you about something that you may not remember every day, and that is the gifts that come with being older. Now, many of you are still working. I'm still working. It's becoming a thing that women into their 70s and older are continuing to work. But a lot of you have retired. And in fact, we did a survey, it was about a few months ago, but we determined that about 60% plus of our women in the 60 and Me community are retired. And I think along with that comes a whole raft of conversations and complexities, and many of you probably are enjoying the time of your life, and others maybe are struggling with the whole reality of retirement, because it's not as easy as it sounds. Retirement used to be something that was very black and white. You know, at 65 or so, 60, you retired, you gathered your pension, what there was of it, and you lived the best life possible. But now people are doing some amazing things in retirement, and it's a time for discovery and exploration, all kinds of beautiful things. Now, what I want to talk to you today, though, is about the gifts, the specific gifts that I think retirement or just getting older in general offer us. And you may not see them as gifts. I personally do, but I have maybe a different view. But I hope that you find some value in this. The article that I'm going to kind of refer to and kind of riff off of is by Elizabeth Dunkel. Liz Dunkel is a really beautiful writer. The article itself is a work of art, so go read it, because it's like reading a book. I mean, it's a beautiful, detailed article about what she considers to be the true luxuries of retirement. And she has actually written a series of books on how to, retire and feel like a millionaire, how to live on a budget, and live like a millionaire, how to travel like a millionaire. It's a whole little series. It's really fun, but it's all about our definition of value, really, and how things are either valuable or not, depending on how we view them. So read the article. I'll leave a link to it. But the high points of it are this: that beyond wealth is the characteristic of life in retirement. It's beyond money. And money, of course, is important. We need it to live. We need it to pay all of our expenses. But it's not the measurement of happiness in our lives. And in the retirement experience, we go through and we can embrace all kinds of wonderful things that are gifts, the gifts of of freedom and so on. But I'll talk them through the way that Lisa talks about them, and she relates them to her own experience, and I'll do it to mine. But the first, of course, is the gift of time. We have time now. We have time that we didn't perhaps have before. Now, even if you're still working, you probably will find that, or hopefully you're working in a way that's relaxing to you and that's enjoyable, and that you've got some time, you're able to take time for yourself. Now, I know in every conversation I do, there's people who are working in jobs, for example, that they're not happy in. They haven't quite got to this point yet. So maybe you can look, or maybe they won't ever. I mean, who knows, because the world is crazy. But maybe this will help to inspire you that in this different phase of your life, in working in your 60s, 70s and older, that the work takes on a little bit different pace, and that we can sometimes find free time to do other things. So I think we do have the gift of time even outside of work. Maybe your families have now moved into their role of active parenting and active child raising. Your grandkids may be grown up and doing school and college and go on forward with their lives. And you've got time maybe that you didn't have before, when you had that context of raising kids, or being in a marriage even, where you had to measure your time against other people's desires too. You got time. Gloss lipstick is great. It goes on your teeth. Anywho, so that's the thing, time. You got some more time to use for the things that you really, really want. And that's kind of goes with the word freedom, that you've got freedom to do the things that you have been waiting to do, things that you've been looking forward to. Could be travel, could be just relaxing, it could be creating, starting a business, starting a channel online to share your experience. It could be all these things, but you have time to do things that you didn't have before. And the freedom to not just be free from the constraints or the structure that you had in the workplace, the traditional workplace, and from people that are just moved on in your life. You can be yourself. So that's the gift of time. It's a valuable gift. Gift of simplicity. I loved how Lisa talks about this in the book, because in the article, because for her, simplicity is wealth. And I'm actually of the same opinion, that to be able to live a simpler life where you're not focused so much on accumulating things, maybe you might still be buying property or buying a house or buying investments and whatever, but you've still got that opportunity if you pare down your belongings, your stuff, and focus on experiences and the quality of your life in some way, that simplicity becomes a gift. It's like a huge gift. It's like a release. It's a gift of I don't know, just lack of pressure to conform, lack of pressure to buy, to buy cheap stuff that filled the gaps in your life, because we all have done that, and just to get the things that really, really matter, the clothes that you really love, the simple adornments that you don't need to go crazy with 1,000 choices or 10 choices. You know exactly what you like. You know what your very special passions are. So I think the gift of simplicity is one that we get as we get older and move into retirement, and just in general get a little bit older and wiser. Another thing is the gift of travel. Now, it's not right for everybody. Not everyone loves to travel, but for me and for Lisa, definitely, we're travelers and we enjoy that. Now, even in the last year, I've noticed that I've not been looking at things like Japan or China or even back to Bali. I'm sort of looking closer to home now, thinking, how can I be more focused in my travel desires and my travel planning? I mean, for example, I think you all know this, I had this huge passion for cities that are built on 7 hills. And for years, I just kept gathering information about where they were. And I actually wrote a little book about it, the 77 cities on 7 hills. And I'm now kind of going one at a time to these places, and also going to medieval towns, which is one of my passions. You have obviously got your own desires, your own places that you want to go to, but travel is a gift. It's a luxury of retirement and getting older, that you've got a little bit more availability. Now, you may not have the money. I totally get it. Every time I do this video, I get a lot of comments, Margaret, you're only talking to wealthy people. And when I say luxury and I say money, I'm talking about the value of it. I'm not talking about the amount of it or the abundance of it. I know that a lot of people do not have a lot of money to travel. So I've written so many articles on virtual travel, on doing it online. As long as you've got internet and you've got a desire to stop beating yourself up because you cannot go to Sofia in Bulgaria or you cannot go to Machu Picchu in Peru, that you're going to watch it online. You're going to enjoy it as best you can. And I think that's the difference there, with seeing luxury as something that's involving a lot of money and ability to purchase, as opposed to just the creativity to do what you can, and to be at peace with that and to be happy with that. I know it's not easy, but for me, the gift of travel, the gift of traveling in my mind physically, is a true benefit of getting a little bit older and not having to, in my case, go to a corporate job. Some of you are. Your time will come too. The gift of, now, with the way that Lisa puts this is a little bit maybe challenging. She talks about the gift of unearned income. Well, basically, is that the way unearned income? So in other words, most people in their 60s and 70s are getting Social Security, and I know it's not nearly enough for a lot of the expenses that you might have in the States, but a lot of people in other parts of the world are getting their pensions. Pensions, in a way, according to Lisa, I can stretch it, is unearned income. You're not working. You're getting a pension. And maybe of course you earned it. You earned it because you worked all the way through your life and it was saved for you. But I think that even if you are now pulling from retirement savings, in a way that's unearned income. You're not physically having to get up in the morning, most of you, and go out the door to a corporate job and work full time. So I think that unearned income is a luxury. It's a benefit of getting older and moving out of the traditional workplace into somewhere where the money is coming from money that you earned in the past with your pensions or with your savings, and just enjoy it, whatever you've got. And then finally, passion. It's the gift of passion. It is, as you get older and you're moving away from wanting to accumulate stuff, you then start moving towards the passions that are important to you, the charities, the goals, the initiatives, the programs. And that is a gift. That's a gift of getting older. It's a luxury to be able to put your time and your passion and love into something that you care about. And I think that, those are some of the 5 gifts, the 5 luxuries that are beyond money, beyond wealth. They're just things that you have a chance to do more of as you get older. And maybe you've got some comments on this, some thoughts. I'm sure that there'll be people that will be on the edges. We have women that are 50 in our community and women that are, still working full on time. But in the middle of it all, let's just try to find some consensus that there are some gifts that come from being older. And maybe you can think of ones that Lisa and I haven't mentioned. But thank you, Lisa, for the article. Loved reading it, loved knowing that you were behind it. and I hope that you found it valuable. So sign up here on our YouTube channel if you haven't already. If you like this video, if you found it useful, go ahead and give it a like or a comment, because that's how we get YouTube to believe that there's more than a few people out there that still need to see what we're talking about here on 60andMe. I love you guys so much. I really do value you. I appreciate you. I hope this has been an inspiring and useful conversation. Look forward to your comments. What do you think is the greatest gift of getting older? Maybe you could just take it purely personal, not even the luxuries, but what's the gift of getting older that you really appreciate? Take it easy, everyone. Go out in the world and shine. Have a great day wherever you are in the world, and know that you're respected and loved here. We care about you here at 60andMe. And again, thanks for your support and your love. Take care.